A lot of really brilliantly talented people with really unique stories of why they were drawn to the craft, what keeps them in it, what keeps them in the game that is pursuing theater. And I really feel privileged to get to not even to work with such wonderful professionals, but to meet such wonderfully engaging and lovely people, first and foremost.
My name's DiGiulio. I'm an actor in New York City, an actor-waiter in New York City. I think just being out here in a place where you're unfamiliar with, and art is the only thing that you are familiar with a project, and you have great supportive people all doing the same thing, I think that really focuses it on things.
My name is Taylor Mack, and I am a playwright and a performer, and sometimes a drag queen, often a drag queen. Well, working at Dartmouth is very much different from working in New York because there's nature here. You know, I mean, just really a real simple answer to that is that there's nature here. That to be in a place is just a little quieter, a little slower, calmer. Allows a different kind of process and a different kind of thinking.
For me, I've never been in such close proximity to professional theater artists doing their work, you know.
And I think what's really terrific here is that people who are perhaps at the beginning of a life in the theater are in close quarters with people who are down that road a lot further. And I think there's a lot for each to learn from each other.
We're doing a lot of observations and just looking at different ways of doing things. Like with me, I'm doing assistant stage management work, and so I'm just watching Lindsay and watching her do different things to see how she does things like blocking, or how she discerns when we should have a break in rehearsal, when she suggests things to the director. It's really interesting.
I think rarely do we find a university or a college that's working directly with professional theaters. And I think that's a very special relationship. We have students that we work with here in the Theater 65 course each summer. Some of them come down to New York and work with us as interns. We've had Dartmouth students who have then gone on to work with professional artists.
Everything is always in progress. Like there's no real final product, and you know the plays that we're working on here, they're nowhere near like the finished, polished version, but still you still commit as much as you would to, I think, like a finished performance. I think it kind of teaches you that no matter what you do, you should always be thinking about like where it's going next, you know.
I love working with the New York Theater Workshop.
Life-changing.
Unbelievable. And I was just like, I'm very stunned with how bright these kids are.
All right. I think that's a good note to end on.